Yo, what's good, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry's House of Payne review. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody if you choose to, but if not, just sit back, relax while we get into this messy thing. Now I want to go ahead and apologize. I didn't even realize the show was back out until I was reminded by several people. I think the first person that told me was Trina. You know who you are, sis. Thank you. I didn't know. So I've already missed one episode. And so this review, we're going to be talking about Christian's 8th birthday party and this cell phone situation. So I'm just going to give a summary of what happened and my thoughts. Now, I know there's going to be new people who are listening to me. Let me just go ahead and inform you off top. I am a huge fan of the OG House of Payne. It is actually my favorite show by Tyler Perry. This new version that came out a few years ago, I did start watching it. However, I was not impressed. I have not watched House of Payne for years. Last season, so many people started to tell me how great it was again and how I need to start back watching it. My mama even told me that, so I started back watching it. And I'm like, okay, I like it. I can start talking about it. So that's what I'm doing. There's a lot of people, okay, who wants Calvin and Miranda back together. I'm just gonna say I am not one of those people. In the OG House of Payne, I wasn't too fond of Miranda. Okay, wasn't too fond of her. I honestly don't care who Calvin ends up with. I just pray it ain't Laura. Let's just get that out the way. Cause that heifer right there. Okay, let's just start. Laura is one of those people where I don't actually dislike Laura, but Laura is definitely someone who refuses to recognize herself for who she really is. We continue this cycle of Laura telling Calvin that he is not protecting her from his family. And honestly, I don't even know if Laura knows what that looks like. She acts as if they are constantly attacking her, and that it definitely is not the case. Now, do I believe that Calvin's family like Laura? Absolutely not. And I don't blame them, but I do not believe that they are always on the attack when it comes to Laura. Now, let's deal with this cell phone situation. Now, it is not abnormal in today's time for an 8-year-old to have a $1,600 phone. Now, as it pertains to me and my house, we not doing that. And I know a lot of y'all are not doing that either, because what 8-year-old needs to walk around with a $1,600 phone? That is someone's rent. That is 4 months of someone's car payment. There is no reason, in my opinion, to entrust an 8-year-old with the $1,600 anything. Laura states that she had to scrape up the money to get this cell phone. That right there, baby, is a red flag. You had to scrape up money to get an 8-year-old something that you did not even discuss with his parents. Okay. In my opinion, that's a big no-no. Now, if we're all in this situation where we have chosen to effectively co-parent these children, then that's what we are going to do. The fact that Christian didn't even have a cell phone to begin with, and you decide to get him one and you did not communicate with him, with his parents, to me, that is a problem. Sometimes I believe that Laura feels that she's bigger than the program. You follow me? That she's bigger than the program, that she can do whatever she wants to do when it comes to these children, and you just can't do that. If anything, I don't care what Christian told Laura he wanted for his birthday. I'm going to go to his dad. We're going to have a conversation. This is what Christian told me that he wanted. Are you and Miranda in agreement for him to get a cell phone? We could have squashed that from the very beginning. It's either would have been a yes or a no, or we have been talking about it, and this is the phone that we are looking to get him. Then at that point, she could have said, okay, well, I will put in, this much. I will go in with you guys, or I would take care of the monthly, well, whatever it is. But it's just the fact that Laura took it upon herself to get this baby a $1,600 cell phone. That is something that I will never understand. Also, Laura is a woman who definitely deals with jealousy and insecurity. Anytime that Miranda is in her presence, there is an instant jealousy there. When Laura showed up and Miranda was in the house, the way that she closed the door already let me know that there was going to be a problem. Because why you mad? Now, whatever agreement her and Calvin has had when it comes to Miranda, his ex-wife, and the mother of his youngest son being in their home, just abide by it, Calvin. I know that Calvin wanted to talk to Miranda about Christian's birthday, about his gift, so on and so forth. Did I see a problem with it? No, but it all goes down to, I don't think Laura trusts Calvin. Like, I don't think she trusts him. And that is a Laura problem. That is not a Miranda problem. That's just where I stand on it. Now, let's get to this damn birthday party. So they begin to open the presents amongst themselves. All the other kids are outside. There's nobody really around except the family. So of course, Christian is excited to open up his gifts. Then in walks Laura, who was a little late. I believe she stated it was because her stylist was late or something like that. It don't even matter. She's here. He's opening up gifts and she can't wait for him to open up hers. When Christian opens up Laura's gift, of course, this baby is ecstatic. He's excited. He's overjoyed because Mama Laura has gotten him the very thing that he wanted. The way Miranda handled it, well, thank Miss Laura, but baby, that is not a gift that you can, accept or that you can have. I think they handled it perfectly fine. They wasn't being rude. They were not belittling Laura in any way to make her feel bad about the gift. But again, Laura is on defense. So it doesn't matter what's being said. Anytime someone says something, she constantly gets an attitude and she comes out her way. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. The fact that nobody has went in Laura's mouth is a pure blessing. Okay, the fact that no one has laid hands on this woman, and if I missed the episode or something like that, y'all can let me know, but I haven't seen it, has been an absolute miracle. Like Jesus walking on water. Because baby, the way that this woman speaks in someone else's house, it blows my mind. The way that she was able to make this about her. Baby, it ain't about you. It's never about you. It was about Christian. And of course, he was going to be disappointed because he couldn't keep the gift. But I think the way that Miranda and them handled that was the best way to handle it. Now, I will say this, Miss Ella, because y'all know how I feel. I ain't finna be one way with one character, not the other one. Miss Ella made a statement about the phone being too much for Christian, like he's too young for that. I think the parents can handle this, Miss E. I don't think we needed any input from you. That's just my personal opinion. Because I take things, if my son and his fiance and the mother of his child are having a discussion about this cell phone, I think that they are able to handle it without my input. I don't need to say anything. It's already a sticky situation anyway, because Miss Ella don't like Laura either. And she's already dealing with her own issues, with being a woman of God and having this disdain for this woman. And a lot of times too, and I talked about this in my previous reviews, how a lot of times we can push things down and things can be in our subconscious and we begin to treat people how we really feel about them, thinking that we're not. And I think that's something that Miss Ella is doing. Now, does that make Miss Ella a bad person? It absolutely does not. It makes her human. And I'm glad that they are dealing with that or displaying that in this show, because nobody is perfect. And we all at times can treat people in a manner that is not befitting. But I understand, because Laura is someone who would definitely keep me on my knees before God to not cuss her out, because she just too flip at the mouth for me. And so the fact that she wanted to leave the party, I said, Calvin, let her go. All that staying and don't leave, girl, go. We could deal with this later. I'm not letting anyone mess up my son's birthday party. I understand that Christian is already upset because he cannot keep this phone. But baby, this ain't about you. And then when they get to the house, and how she's already called her dad to come get her. She's made the decision that she doesn't want to be with Calvin. I said, Calvin, baby, I don't know what you're holding on to. And again, like I said, I have missed many episodes of this particular version of House of Payne. I'm not sure what Calvin is trying to hold on to. I'm like, is Calvin trying to make up for the marriage that didn't make it with Miranda? Is that why he's trying so hard? Because he doesn't want another serious failed relationship. And if I remember correctly, the only serious relationships that Calvin has had has been with Tracy, who is the mother of Junior, Miranda, and Laura. I believe those are only serious relationships that he's had. And we know that he was married to Miranda. Now let's just say in the OG House of Payne, Calvin and Miranda, they were extremely young when they got married, and there were so many mistakes amongst the both of them. So I'm wondering if Calvin feels like he's getting another chance to make it right, another chance to do better. But to me, he cannot do better with Laura. She's not the person that you do better with. I'm not sure. Now, I know I have seen like a few episodes here and there when this is not how Laura was in the beginning. So I'm not sure when she changed, when things begin to turn, that has, crafted her to be the person that she is now. Now, one thing I can't stand is when someone chooses to paint themselves as the victim. The way that Laura was acting when her dad came and the things that her father was saying, let's just be all the way honest. When parents refuse to view their children for who they really are, that's why I could respect her mom. Because her mom just flat out told her, you were a handful to raise. You have a horrible temper, and I know it's there. And sometimes with fathers, when it comes to their daughters, all they see is their baby. They can't see what we see. They can't see the trifling person. They can't see the disrespectful person. We can't see the person that is stunted in their growth as a woman. They don't, sometimes fathers don't see their daughters like that. And that's how I view Laura's dad. A man is supposed to protect, and a man is supposed, okay, that's what a man is supposed to do. What does Calvin need to protect Laura from? Laura is someone who will cause someone to stress out, that will cause someone to lose out on valuable relationships because they feel they need to be the center, in my opinion, at all times. And baby girl, you are not bigger than the program. You are a part of the program, but you're not bigger than the program. My hope is that Calvin, baby, go through whatever you need to go through to rid yourself of Laura. I don't know her last name, but I believe you deserve better. Now, I don't think that Calvin is the best man in the world. I'm going to just put that out there too. But baby, this woman over here, baby, let it go. Just like Tony Braxton said, just let go. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Because you don't want that chick no more. She ain't the one. Laura is definitely not the one. And I believe for me, the overall lesson of this episode is if you are a part of a co-parent experience and you are not the biological parent, and both of the biological parents are actively involved, if you want to make a big purchase like that, you consult with the parents first before you take it upon yourself to do something like that, especially with a child and you trying to give them an expensive gift. And if it's something that the child does not have or has never had, you definitely need to consult with the parents first. And that's all I got to say about that. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. I'm looking to see what this season has in store with everything else that may be going on in the House of Payne world. So we shall see what happens. Again, I want to thank you guys for listening. Until next time, I will holler at y'all later, and y'all be safe out there.